Films, animation, music, and all the other entertainment industries, combine them, gaming is still 2 times that size. In India, it's just about 2 billion. Women in games, which was started by Lakshya. The government is noticing us because this is now where it is going to explode. My name is Manvendra. I'm the CEO of Lakshya, and I'm also the country head for Keywords India. IGDC this year was I think one of the best ones we've had so far. And being the founder of IGDC and having seen it from the year one till today, which is 16 years, it has changed the paradigm of what gaming industry is. And it will change the paradigm of what it will be. The most important thing which has happened this year is that the government is noticing us. When I say us, I mean the video games industry. This year we have had two IT ministers from the state of Telangana and state of Tamil Nadu. We've had the special secretary of Ministry of IB who's come and spent the whole day with us. And we have joint secretaries and secretaries of so many different states, from Rajasthan, from Manipur, from Kerala. Everybody is waking up. Everybody is sitting up and they believe that this is the future. I would say gaming to me happened by accident. By profession, I was a programmer, and teaching was my passion. For the first 10 years of my career, I was a teacher of computer science, and I was a big gamer. But then that time it was only 2D. In 1995, a game called Wolfenstein came out by id Software. That was the first 3D game, and that's where my programmer's curiosity came in. I had no clue about games, 3D side. I used to play this 2D games and I was like, how the hell have they done this? And that was a kida which I got. I need to figure this out. And that's when after doing some initial research and all, I left what I was doing and I decided to start my own company. So we spent about 2 years. I made a good team, about 11 or 12 people, and most of them were programmers. And we were focused on creating a good 3D games engine. When we finished making it, and I think it was a really good engine. It had everything that you would want, and it was a voxel-based engine, which is far more efficient and effective compared to the polygon-based which we even do today. While during that process, that technology got attention from DRDO. We gave presentations there because it was 3D technology, and this I'm talking about late 90s, 99, 90, 2000 or something. While I was there, I started taking interest in animation. So I started an animation company called Esco Toons. I think it went on to become one of the bigger ones in India, then about 300 animators and all. So when I did that, I did that for about 2-3 years. Built that animation studio and did a lot of work. We did a lot of animation for Fox Interactive, for Disney Interactive, and we did for Fun Bags, that was a very large producer in Canada. That's when I was approached by somebody, and they wanted me to start a video game studio for them, and they wanted to come in as heading it, and I wasn't interested. And I was more like, okay, I'll do something. I'm anyway doing something pretty decently here. I didn't worry too much about it. After 3, 4, 5 months, he again came back and said, okay, let's do it as partners. And then that's when I thought, okay, now that's a different ballgame. That's something different. And that's when Lakshya happened. As Lakshya, we have always believed that video game industry is an industry which needs to have all different types of skills and mindsets. And that is something which is not really understood very well. Because globally everybody thinks, okay, only these type of people are the ones who can make games. Only these are the type of people who can come into the games and do things in the games. But my thought was that, there's so much difference and value that diversity brings into it. So in Lakshya also, we put in a lot of effort towards diversity, and we do special courses for women only. In IGDC also, the women in games, the track which was started by Lakshya, because we firmly believe that a lot of good can come out of the new mindset, different way of thinking, which that brings in. And that can be a driver behind so many different initiatives that we do. So I think in IGDC also now, if you look at today compared to last few years, you'll see many more women here, because now this thing is coming up as we can also do it, because maybe we can do it better. And that's something which drives this whole women in games track and initiative, because and that mindset has to change. It cannot be just a male dominated thing, because everything that males do is not exactly the best. So I've had discussions with the IT ministers of Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and I've also had meetings with IT minister of Karnataka, not in IGDC but outside IGDC, and we have had secretary of Ministry of IB who came in on the first day, and we had additional secretary, special secretary. They all came here. You look at films, animation, music, and all the other entertainment industries, combine them, gaming is still 2 times that size. That's how big it is. In India, it's just about 2 billion, which is like not even 1%. Now everybody wants to have a finger in that pie. Everybody wants their state to benefit from that. And the only way they can do that is they provide a mechanism, they provide a framework, they provide a platform within the state to grow this ecosystem in the state. At the national level, the Ministry of IB, under which the video game comes, they have started NCO. It just got announced a month back, National Center of Excellence, and it's been named Indian Institute of Creative Technologies. It's going to come with its own funding for a lot of different activities. They are working on much larger initiatives for the gaming industry. So I think anybody who's in the gaming industry should feel good about the fact they are at the right place at the right time, because this is now where it is going to explode. Yesterday, we had a meeting with the Special Secretary of Ministry of IB for 4 hours. The entire discussion was about, okay, now we have to grow this industry. We have to be the IP capital of the world. We have to be the game services capital of the world. How can we do that? And what I have been saying, what I had said in IGDC, some of the forums also, is that our objective has to be, which is going to drive everything, that in 5 years from now, what is it we do today that we maximize the number of video games which are developed out of India of a very high quality, not just any game. How do we initiate that? How do we engage? How do we create a platform framework where we are maximizing the number of high quality video games being developed out of India? If one taking that as the end objective, everything that we do has to lead towards that. Because what do we want to do? We want to make games. Game itself within that ecosystem will create so many different opportunities, and it'll lead to our end goal, which is make India the IP capital of the world. Laksh has been associated with Jedi. I have been associated from the year 1 in a way where we have tried to bring our learnings and experience of working at a global level to create a benchmark of what is it that education has to be in this industry. What is it that the quality of product development has to be? Quality of anything we do, art, animation, VFX, whatever we do, how do we create a benchmark? We have set the benchmarks of quality within the industry, along with working with Jedi, to not just show but demonstrate that this is the benchmark that you have to reach, and this is how you're going to reach there. That's one, I think, major thing, major step or major initiative, an effort which we have worked very closely with Jedi to do that. And second, which I think is even more important, if you have to grow the industry, what do we need? Talent. Now, how will talent come? Talent will come if somebody takes the ownership of creating talent. So that's another, and I would say the more important thing we did, that we created something called an in-game academy. So Laksh has an in-game academy, which we created 10 years back for the same reason. We wanted to create relevant talent. So we created a curriculum, we created train-the-trainer programs, and we created the in-game academy. A combination of this created, I would say, the best training program which is happening in this country today. We will identify and we'll work with Jedi on that, because they had game awards last night, and 413 games is what they got as applications for the awards. Now we'll work with them, figure out which are the games which are good games and which will become even better if we are able to help them. We'll pick a certain number of games. We'll figure out how many we'll actually be able to work with as a starting point, and we'll work with them to improve their visual quality. And then we want them to see the difference. That their great game mechanics and game becomes even greater when we add that visual element, good visual element to it. And if you're going to do that, I think that's a great service we'll be doing to the industry. All I can say is, if you look at the top 50 games that are going to come out in the next year, we will be working at least on 25 or 30 of them. Thank you so much.